Okay, we have the next iteration of grift from the former president, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is now asking supporters to donate $45 each in order to, quote, solve the election fraud. Now, you might still be wondering, David, sir, what election fraud are you talking about? They're still talking about 2020, the non-existent election fraud from the election almost a year ago. We're like 2 weeks from a year out from the 2020 election. That's the one. OK, here's the letter that Donald Trump sent to his supporters. This is under the Save America PAC. Friend, did you see what President Trump said? And then it includes the quote from Trump, the statement from Trump from last week. If we don't solve the presidential election fraud of 2020, Republicans will not be voting in 2022 or 2024. It is the single most important thing for Republicans to do. Then they pivot to asking for cash. The truth is, we need at least $45 from each patriot reading this email, each patriot, if we are going to have the necessary resources to solve the election fraud of 2020. President Trump is calling on you to donate to the Protect Our Elections Fund. With your help, we'll defend our elections from the lying left and win big in 2022 and then again in 2024. And then a link. Please contribute at least $45 or more immediately to the Protect Our Elections Fund. Now, we've seen this grift before. They're advertising, hey, with at the low price of $45, you can help overthrow the will of the people, because obviously Joe Biden won in 2020. But it's not even that the goal is not an admirable goal, that it's a goal based in lies and deception. This is a grift. Remember when Trump was raising money with the same type of rhetoric between November and January 20th, or between November and December 14th, and then January 6th, and then January 20th? The money didn't go to recounts. The money didn't go to audits. The money didn't go to fighting election fraud. The money went to Trump, to helping Trump pay off debts. That's what it was. These people got scammed. It was what we saw between November and January, but then it didn't stop. It's continuing. We are a year out, folks. If you believe that the $45 you donate to Trump is actually going to be used to fight election fraud, then you deserve to be scammed and grifted out of your money. Trump, by the way, Trump must be in real trouble financially, as we believe him to be, a year out and still milking this. Like, even for his standards, this is a lot. And when we ask, will Trump supporters ever realize there was no fraud? Probably not. They're going to believe there was election fraud for a long time. Will Trump supporters ever realize the fraud is this grifty fundraising being undertaken by Donald Trump? Some of them did. There were a couple of big donors to the fixed Take Back the Election, whatever fund. There were a couple of big donors back. We talked about it earlier in this year, who sued to get their money back because they realized that the money wasn't actually used for that. So some seem to be coming to that realization. But the projection here seems deliberate, right? Trump is the guy who threatened secretaries of state and said, you got to find me the 11,780 votes. He messed with the Postal Service to try to make it less likely that absentee ballots would be delivered on time. He incited an insurrection. He extorted Ukraine for political dirt on his opponent. He filed dozens of frivolous lawsuits through Rudy Giuliani and these different lawyers. He said, stop the counting here, start the counting there. He weaponized COVID regarding the mail-in ballots. He's the guy who tried to steal the election. If there was fraud and dishonesty, it was Trump who did it. But they don't care. They are the ones now being told it was the Democrats that did it, and give me money and I will go and fix it for you. At a certain point, they deserve to be separated from their money. And listen, the government shouldn't step in by their own standards, because that would be the nanny state. If they decide I'm going to donate to this, it's caveat emptor, right? And that should be it. And many of these people are falling for it, unfortunately. And this really is sad. a lot of the people donating to these different funds and sending $45, they really can't afford it. They're not high income folks, not folks with a lot of disposable income. And that's probably the saddest part of all of this, quite frankly. When we're talking about sleep, we always hear about how much sleep people get, but often neglected in the conversation is the quality of that sleep, which is just as important. And science shows that lowering your body temperature during sleep can help you be more rested and achieve better sleep. And that's where our sponsor, Chili Sleep, comes in. Chili Sleep makes customizable, climate-controlled sleep solutions to help you improve your sleep. Comes in two varieties, the Ooler sleep system and the Cube sleep system. That's what I have on my bed. Both are hydro-powered, temperature-controlled, luxury mattress pads. You can make your bed as cold as 55 degrees. I choose 60. You can make it as hot as 115 degrees, if that's your thing. I don't feel hot anymore at night. No more sweating. I'm sleeping better, and I love it. I also have the Chili Sleep Chili Blanket, which helps keep me cool on top as well. They'll give you 20% off everything when you go to chilisleep.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.